The best of the morning X99X.
Last year there was a book called Letters from a Nut, and it was by a guy named Ted Nancy. Now, there's question as to whether there is someone named Ted Nancy, because
the foreword is always written by
Jerry Seinfeld wrote the foreword to the original book and said that Ted Nancy was a friend of his.
Or somebody he met at a party. And
basically what the guy did is he wrote a whole bunch of really bizarre, weird letters to companies, corporations, hotels, cities,
with bizarre
really
situations,
strange situations about their product or things that he needed help with. But they were just serious enough so that you weren't really sure. And then these companies wrote him back with
on letterhead. I mean, everything is in the book.
It's great. And again, Seinfeld says that it is not him.
It's got to be
in the
him.
foreword, it says now there's a new book out called More Letters from a Nut.
Did this just come out?
This one I think this just came out.
Yeah, literally a couple weeks ago.
This is the introduction from Seinfeld. He says, I fully admit that I bear a certain responsibility for the success and popularity of Ted Nancy. I discovered him, I promoted him, I allowed his name to be associated with mine. By the way, Ted Nancy has never done a TV talk show. He's never been interviewed.
Seen him.
No,
it's always Seinfeld who goes out and talks about the book.
It's Seinfeld.
So he says, so I do accept the responsibility, but not the blame. I want it to be known that I never encouraged Mr. Nancy and never asked him to further explore the dark inner passageways of his mind disease that is in full blah, blah, blah. So, to give you an idea, here are some of the letters. We'll read a few now. We'll read a few later. But this is so funny.
Check
this is laugh out loud funny. Who is this to?
Out. This is to the Ritz-Carlton Buckhead.
What?
Okay, the Ritz-Carlton Buckhead.
This is to the Ritz-Carlton Buckhead. It's to the reservations department. It says, Dear Ritz-Carlton Reservations
What's the
Desk.
date on this?
September 30th, 96.
Okay.
Which, how ironic that Jerry Seinfeld was just here a month before that in Atlanta. At the Olympics, performing at the Fox, and all of a sudden, here's a little letter. Anyway, Dear Ritz-Carlton Reservations Desk, I would like to check into your resort for a week starting October 30th. I have a problem which I like to address to hotels when traveling. I eat my bedding. I chew my mattress. I eat my pillows. Can you give me a flat rate so that I will not be charged an excessive amount for the bedding I chew and nibble on? Or should I bring my own bedding? I have heard that the Ritz-Carlton goes out of its way for its guests. I am sorry that I eat through my mattress. This is something I have to deal with. Believe me, it's tough. I have to travel, though. That's why I would like a set fee on what my charge would be for the room and for the chewed and partially eaten bedding. Please take a credit card imprint from me when I check in. If the October 30th start date is unavailable, can you offer me another date? I really like your hotel and want to be honest with you regarding my dilemma. Thank you very much for your response. I would like to make reservations as soon as possible. If I can, I'm making my travel schedule now. Now, the Ritz-Carlton sent him a letter back on February 17th of 97. Took him a while. Mr. Ted Nancy, yada, yada. Dear Mr. Nancy.
This is from the Ritz-Carlton.
From the Ritz-Carlton on letterhead. Thank you for your request for room availability. The rate I would have available for March 9th through 15th, 97 is $250 per evening for an executive suite. Please be advised if you would like to book your reservation. We can also be reached by phone or fax. Again, thank you for your interest in the Ritz-Carlton Buckhead. So they didn't even read.
They didn't even acknowledge that he eats his bedding.
Who was the
Christy Kamak room reservations at the Ritz-Carlton,
$250.
3434 Peachtree Road.
Eating the bedding or not, it's just flat rate.
Well, it took him 6 months to get back to him.
This one...
They got back to him, though.
This letter is to the Normandy Casino and Showroom in Gardenia, California, which is a card club. They play poker there. And the letter is addressed to, I guess, a Ms. Tilton, who I don't know what she does there. October 21st, 1996. Dear Ms. Tilton, I am a 675-pound look-alike for George Harrison. I am in a group called the Fat Beatles. We have a tubby Paul, who is 490 pounds. He is the cute Fat Beetle. We have a huge John, 751 pounds and gaining. Could be 800 pounds by time of show. We may have to put him in something other than our collarless Beetle jacket, as he cannot fit now. Yet he really wails as a fleshy John. Our drummer is a 585-pound Ringo. The girls go nuts when he woo-woos and shakes his head. He has to be lifted onto his drum stool. Do you want to see our tape? We sing for 90 minutes, then answer questions on what it's like to be a fat beetle. We are the best. Sometimes we have a thin Bachman-Turner overdrive open for us. Can get in touch with them if you are interested. They are rail thin, less than 100 pounds each. They're called Skinny BTO. We have a tape. Please let me know how the Fat Beatles can play your theater. This is an act whose time has come. I look forward to hearing from you. You really should see this tape. Sincerely, Ted Nancy. And he gets a letter back from Resort Entertainment that says, Dear Mr. Nancy, I heard about the Fat Beatles from Mariana Tilton at the Normandy Casino, an account of mine. I would very much like you to send me a tape ASAP. This sounds like it could be a very enjoyable and profitable experience. Sincerely, Mark Berman.
There's more to this story you don't want to miss, and it resumes right after this brief break.
This is the best of the Morning X
on 99X.